Ahoy everyone, here comes the next battle report between the Carnival of Chaos and the Ogre Maneaters. It will be the turn of the Carnival, and they are heading south to the Count Steinhardt Palace, mostly for the Wyrdstone, because the special ability of this place isn't really interesting for them. And here they are again, led by their leader Moonhead, accompanied by two brutes, the Carnival Chef and the Gardener, a Brethren hero, Sunshine. Clownface is back in action, but on the other hand, Howard Lucas is injured and misses this match, so it seems they never can bring the full squad. Two Plague Bearers, three Nurglings, two henchmen with bow, and two henchmen with club and dagger, rounding up the Carnival of Chaos. And for the Ogre Maneaters, they will bring 6 models to the Rumble. Their leader, Rustam the Tall, with 2 swords, then Gorlock, Black Pounder, ranged weapon and a big sword, 2 Youngbloods, Azada, Orgblood and the Demon Girl, a mercenary, Alexander Clemelton, the Halfling, with his bow, and a single henchman, Harald, the Ogre Bull. As for the scenario today, it is again dungeon time, and there are 3 shards of Wyrdstone scattered around the middle, so whoever picks them up gets a additional experience point. On the left hand side there is the Ogre Maneater Warband deployed. With movement 6 all around, they seem to have an advantage in gathering the Wyrdstone. But on the other side, the Carnival, they are tough enough to hang with the big ogres and have multiple models, and in fact a much higher Warband rating, so the ogres will get the underdog bonus of 1 additional XP for everyone who survives this game. Well, as for the first few turns, I'll just give you a quick overview with some pictures, because yeah, everybody just getting into position, so there's no need to show every single detail. And after the Carnival made their second turn, this is how the battlefield more or less looks like. So they are a little bit afraid to just grab the Wyrdstone, because the ogres have a 12-inch charge range, so they are taking it very cautiously. And on the right hand side, the chef with his broken leg is getting ready to claim the Wyrdstone and defend it. The Maneaters taking it cautiously as well, and on the left hand side there will be shooting, starting with Gorlock, who shoots at the nearest target, which will be the Plague Bearer, needing a 4 to hit. He hits on a 5, and needing a 3 to wound actually, because his ranged weapon fires at strength 5. So the Plague Bearer has a demon save on a 5+, which fails on a 4, therefore rolling on the injury table. And a 5 means he just one-shotted the Plague Bearer. Now, continuing the shooting phase with Alexander Clemelton, he shoots on the nearest Nurgling. He's hitting 1 time with the 5, therefore needing a 4 to wound. And it's a 5 again, so going to the injury roll. And it's a 6, another kill for the Ogre Maneater Warband. Now the Carnival retaliates by closing in on the Ogre Warband and starting with some magic from Clownface against Harald, needing a 7 on 11. It's cast, so Harald has to pass a toughness check. And a 5 is a failure, so he takes a wound, no saves allowed. Then on the other side, the henchman firing back at Gorlock, needing a 4 to hit. And he hits on a 4, and strength 3, needing a 5 to wound, and a 6 is a critical wound. Which just ignores armor saves, so Gorlock is down to 2 wounds. And the Maneaters now starting their all-out attack, but first going into shooting again. Alexander shooting at the Nurgling, hitting 2 times, this time within half range. 1/6 is a critical hit. And it's a ricochet, so hitting the nearest enemy next to the initial target as well, which will be the chef, and just destroying his lucky charm. Therefore, the demon save of the Nurgling is passed on a 5-up. Although arrows and shots being fired left and right, the chef got into the middle and grabbed the Wyrdstone, so he gets the deed done. Therefore, heading into close combat, starting with Azada against the Brethren. She has a two-handed weapon, so the Brethren starting first and hitting both times. But failing to wound, needing a 5+. Therefore, Azada strikes back, hitting on a 5 herself as well, but failing also. Then on the other side of the battlefield, Rustam charged the Nurgling. He has 4 attacks in total and needing more than a 2 to hit. So he whiffs and the Nurgling striking back, failing as well. The Plaguebearer striking first against Harald because he has a two-handed weapon as well. Plaguebearer hitting 1 time on a 4. And a 5 is enough to wound, so Harald is down to 1 wound. And he's striking back, having 3 attacks by himself, needing a 5 to hit, hitting 3 times. And also wounding 3 times, very good, and even a critical wound. And the critical wound, yeah, just ignores armor saves, so no effect against the Plaguebearer. So 3 demon saves on a 5+, and he passing 2 of them, only 1 getting through. And the injury table says knocked down, but next turn is for the Carnival, so he will stand back up right away. After the initial charge of the Ogres, the Carnival, well, do not have any good line of sight. Not to Harald and even not to Rustam. So there's little opportunity to assist. And on the other side as well, no chance to attack or shoot Gorlock. And yeah, just the Nurgling has line of sight to Azada. Well, sometimes you just have to do the best you can do. So taking back the Wyrdstone to a safer position and swinging around into the back of Harald. Maybe take him out. On the other big chamber. Yeah, everyone hiding as well behind the pillars. Sensing today Gorlock is in a good mood to dish out some headshots. But as alluded earlier, the Nurgling attacking Azada. And the single Brethren shooting back at Gorlock, hitting on a 6. But failing to wound on a 4. Therefore, heading straight into close combat, the Nurgling charging, so he strikes first. Or it, I don't know. Needing a 3 to hit, hitting on a 6. But then needing a 5 to wound, that's not enough. Brethren hitting both times at a 6. And just the Dagger wounding. And Azada has no save, so she's down to 1 wound. She's striking back. And fails to hit on a 3. On the other side, again, against Harald, the Nurgling charged, so it strikes first, but fails to hit. Harald striking back at the Plaguebearer with 2 attacks, hitting 1 time, and wounding 1 time, and Demon Save fails on a 4, and the Plaguebearer is knocked down again. And the last attack against the Nurgling hits on a 6, wounds on a 6 with a critical, which will be 2 wounds, and the Demon Save just passing 1, so the injury roll kills the Nurgling. And Rustam wants to go again against the Nurgling. 4 attacks for him. And this time hitting all times, looking good, needing a 2 to wound, 3 wounds, and a critical. The critical says 2 wounds instead of 1, with +2 on the injury roll. So 3 demon saves by the Nurgling. Just 1 passed, therefore injury roll. And there's a 5, so Nurgling is dead. Looking from the perspective of Gorlock, he cannot see the Nurgling, so he's unable to charge and support Azada. Well, and on the other side, all you can see is the Brethren, so he will eat a bullet. On the other side, Rustam charged Moonhead, and no one intervened, because the Carnival reckons Moonhead is the best one to take the attack of Rustam. And next to him, Harald will have an easy task killing the Black Bearer, who's already on his back. But let's start with shooting. So Gorlock takes aim and well, he hits on a 4+. Strength 5, needing a 2 to wound. 4 is enough to wound. And on the injury table, there's a 5 as well, so another kill for Gorlock. Starting close combat with Harald, he needs a 4+ to hit because of the cloud of flies, and he misses, so the Black Bearer survives. Then for Rustam, who charged Moonhead, he has 4 attacks, needing 4s to hit. The first 2 hit, third one misses, and the fourth one also misses. So 1 will be deflected by the Lucky Charm, therefore 1 hit, needing a 3 to wound, and he fails. Moonhead striking back, 2 attacks, both hitting on a 4+. Rustam can parry, and he parries one of them, so needing a 5 to wound, and failed as well. On the other side, the Nurgling charged Azada, hitting Azada on a 4+, needing a 5 to wound. That's a wound, so the injury roll kills Azada. That's it for her. Yeah, the circus was contemplating to retreat, but, well, they lost a lot of henchmen, but on the other hand, yeah, they lost only henchmen. Their heroes are still alive. Although they don't really need the money for their warband, more money is still better. So they want to stick it out one more round to see how it goes and maybe get the win and more Wyrdstone. So they need to pass a leadership check, and a 6 is enough, so they stay another round, and the Gardener will slice the back of Harald wide open with his scythe. On the other hand, Rustam is literally resilient, and it will take a lot to take him out. But let's see how Circus Horaticus will handle the situation. And everything backed off from Gorlock. Maybe if he steps forth, they will swarm him. But at least the chef has the Wyrdstone. And on the other side, yeah, Harald and Rustam getting attacked by everything who's near, with everybody passing their fear check, and magic goes off on a 7. So Harald has to take another strength check, and he passes this time. Starting with close combat, the Gardener swinging in from the back on Harald. He has 2 attacks, needing a 3 to hit, so both hit. And yeah, needing a 2 to wound with strength 6 because of his double-handed weapon. There's a wound, the last one on the injury table, striking him down. Therefore, the Plague Bearer just needs to hit him to kill him off. First one misses, but second one hits and kills. Continuing with the fight against Rustam, Clownface will start. He would have hit on a 4, so he misses. Then comes Sunshine with 3 attacks. First one misses, second one misses also, and a 6 hits, but fails to wound. Then there's a roll-off between Clownface and Rustam, which is won by Clownface. So Clownface starts attacking, 2 attacks, needing 3s to hit. 1 hit, but then needing a 5 to wound, and 1 is definitely not enough. Therefore Rustam striking back everything at Clownface, and he just hits 2 times again. and dealing a 3 to wound. There's 1 wound and another wound. First armor save is failed, but the second passes, so 1 wound taken in total. And yeah, he's stunned, but he has a helmet which fails on a 2. And with Harald dead and Rustam all on his own against too many foes and a Plague Bearer with the Gardener who's ready to charge, Gorlock on the other side, useless, they pack it in. So the circus won, with every hero surviving, only henchmen, casualties, and let's take a look at the rolls for the casualties in this play. And as you can see, everything died. Even the Nurgling, because demons perish on a 3 or less. So everything is lost, which is especially devastating for the Ogre Warband, but let's continue first with the circus. Though everything died, it's not the end of the world. Most of the casualties were rehired. Since winning the scenario, they gathered a bunch of Wyrdstone and sold it for a bunch of gold. And they even found a survivor, which was sacrificed for Moonhead for some extra experience points. And yeah, there's a bunch of level ups. Toughness for Moonhead, leadership for the chef. Clownface got +1 weapon skill, and Sunshine learned a 3rd skill. The Twisters also got +1 weapon skill. Sadly, they had to rehire the Bowmen, and they are now starting with the ballistic skill of 3 again. But you can have them all. For the Ogres, it looks much worse. They had a bunch of Wyrdstone, sold it for a little bit of gold, hired a new Youngblood, but yeah, they are down to 4 men with the mercenary Alexander, who, and adding insult to injury, just got a level up and got +1 attack. Not ballistic skill, no. So he has 2 attacks now. It's a sad day to be an Ogre. And another regular day in Mordheim. There's the map. Have a good one.